Hello, my name is Jenan Kanono. I'm the team leader at Jonaki Holdings Limited, where we get to serve you. So if you have a financial challenge, if you have a money problem, if you want to scale up your business, we have you sorted. And you can always check us out at www.thejonakiholdings.com for money solutions. We are located in Tinda as our headquarters and at Mulago Business Center as our branch. Enjoy this video. You're welcome for yet an interesting topic titled Independent Loan Assessment During Loan Processing. You need an independent loan assessment during loan processing or loan assessment. Now, if a client comes and you want to give them money, they need money and you have the money. Your microfinance institution, your money lender. It shouldn't be one loan officer to actually process that loan, in a nutshell. And there's a reason behind that. Now you can imagine if it's a single member company and you have your colleagues. This happened to us when we were just starting. You have your friends, your close friends, they need money and you actually know them. In this knowing them, probably you're working together or probably you started together and they want money and you have the money. Now the person comes and reaches a moment, probably they need to commit a collateral because every money that has to move out has to be secured. And the person tells you, but Jonan, you have not seen me yesterday. You've seen me for probably 10 years or, probably, 8 years or 5 years. We started together. But look, starting with this guy does not mean that you actually know them in and out. Doesn't mean that you actually know their capacity to pay back. Because ultimately, as you lend out money, you need to know someone's capacity to actually pay back. Because ultimately, that's when the friendship can keep intact. But also too, that's when you can actually progress as a business. Because you're in business, because you need profits. You need to benefit, you need to grow. So you can imagine if you have a number of friends that you've given loans and all of them do not have the capacity to actually pay back and probably give them the money because you know them. So knowing someone does not qualify them to actually access a credit facility. Knowing someone does not affirm their capability or their capacity to actually pay back is not data enough, because in this business of lending, probably just like in any other business, it is important that you are guided by data, by information. And I'll say this again, you need to base on information or the data at hand to inform your decision that you actually take. Because we usually are a product of our decisions that we make. If your business is struggling, if you have 80% of your loan book in bad loans, default loans, it is because of the decisions that you took at the point of disbursing loans. Loans are bad at the point of disbursement. If you take a decision that is a wrong decision, that is based on emotions to disburse the loan, before you know it, that loan will be in default, and before you know it, your loan book will be dirty. One thing that amused me recently, I saw someone selling their microfinance institution. They have a money lending company, but they are selling it. So you can imagine by the time it gets to a level of getting frustrated to actually sell off the business, is because probably their loan book is bad. And probably they're making decisions based on their emotions. You need to base on data. So you need to have an independent loan assessment. You need to have more than one person. It could be there and probably you're just starting. Pick probably your accountant. Pick one of your directors. But let's at least have two people to have a second eye. But also too, if you have a friend that needs a loan facility, it shouldn't be you to work on that friend of yours. Because time is going to come. Because guys, I experienced this at a certain point in our business. Where someone says, Jonan, but you know where I stay. You have even visited me before. Please, I cannot fill the forms. Fill them for me. I'll just come and sign. All the things will come up. But they'll come up, and at the end of the day, if things go hayway, not that I predict doom, but sometimes or even most times, things go hayway. You have to absorb this bitter truth, this bitter pill. Because ultimately, even when you've lent to friends, sometimes or even most times, things go hayway. And a person that came to you as a friend cannot even pick your calls as of now. Cannot even see you face to face as of now. They have become wild. Something that you actually didn't know, something you didn't even expect. Someone who came wanting the money as a friend now is becoming an enemy. So what do? you actually need to assess them squarely. So what I do, or what we did at Jonaki to address such a thing, if you actually are my friend, I cannot work on you myself. You have to give that client to someone who has an independent mind, who can assess independently. But it shouldn't be one person as well. Because I've seen scenarios where when you're assessing someone's credibility to qualify for a facility, probably they have a bounce check on their bank statement. And because someone was assessing a number of clients, he was on a lot of pressure, probably because they're working on targets, because some of the sales officers or field officers are on targets. And because someone is working against target, this is probably because of one bounce check that might not be a big deal. But do you know what I mean by bounce check? It is an issue of integrity. That means that someone issued a check when they well knew that they didn't have money on their account. So you don't want to lend to such a person, even if they have a collateral, even if they can actually pay. That means they have an integrity issue. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I've seen clients who have actually applied for as much as 3 loans, but they are preparing you for something. He comes for a loan of 5 million, he's preparing you for a big short. He pays very well. Comes for a loan of 10 million, he pays very well. Comes for a loan of 15 million, he pays very well. Now he comes for a short, he wants a loan of 50 million. And because this guy has created history with you, he has created familiarity, somehow he beats around the bush, and before you know it, you've not asked for collateral. Or probably you've scaled up, you've funded 80% of the first sale value of the collateral. And before you know it, the guy intentionally is after defrauding you. And before you know it, you have a bad loan. And before you know it, all the loans that he has ever given, that he has ever paid, all the interest plus the principal, he has doubled it in just one loan, and you're at a loss. Now you can imagine if you have probably 10, 15 clients that have prepared you for such a setup, before you know it, you're closing shop. So it is important that you have an independent. Even when someone is coming for the 3rd, 4th, 5th time, unless a few boxes are ticked, then you shouldn't even transact. Now, I'll give you a scenario. I could be here and I've probably applied for a facility of 15 million or 30 million, and you still have my collateral. Like a Jonaki, if you still have your collateral, probably a car logbook, and we have a caveat there, and we have probably our tracker in the car, all we need to do, if it has taken a bit of time, probably 6 months or 1 year, we may need to reevaluate the car or even reevaluate the land, because at least for land appreciates, but for car, it depreciates. So you need to evaluate to see if the car still secures the money that the person wants. Apart from that, if it's 2 or 3 months, we don't even to evaluate again. You just give the money. Why? Because you still have the collateral with you. But if it is a new thing altogether, person cleared the loan, you even removed a caveat from the car, you even removed the tracker, then you need to actually apply an independent assessment of the loan facility. Then you can actually give an unbiased good loan, because before you know it, the loan is bad at the point of disbursement. So if you do very well, if you consult your data, if you're critical of the documents, if you can read the bank statement, if you run a CRB and interpret the information on the CRB, then you know that you're going to disperse good loans. And before you know it, you have a good loan book. And before you know it, you're growing and growing and growing. So you need an independent assessment. An independent assessment of the clients outside you. If you have been a single member company, now is the time probably to get a second eye. Now is the time probably to get a second person. If you've been running 3, 4 people, and probably there's been one person who has been making a decision and just makes a call, give him money. We are common of that things. It has ever happened on our end. Just give it. Someone is coming there, please, handle. Please disburse money. It used to happen at Jonaki 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but now it's not the case. We have stepped it up. So if it's happening on your end, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to close shop. And mind you, in closing shop, it will not affect your loan, but it will affect your family, it will affect the people that you're employing, it will affect their dependents, but ultimately, it will affect the community and the country. Why? Because the Lord entrusted you that business for the sake of the bigger community, for the sake of a number of other stakeholders. So you owe to steward it well. So for the time the Lord has entrusted you that business, go and steward it well and protect yourself from that business. Have an independent assessment of those loan facilities, of those clients, because that's what keeps you in business. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe, you can comment, but also check us out at www.johnokeyholdings.com. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Go and implement, because if you don't, you'll have wasted your data, wasted your time, but also you'll have wasted my time. Go learn 2-3 things and implement. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. See you in my next video.